welcome to WOD installment, at-home WOD installment number 22. Hope you're enjoying this one. Okay, got a good one for you today. I always say that, but it's because they're always good. Anyway, here we go, guys. So we're gonna start with the warm-up. We've got 3 sets, 12 cone touch per side, 5 side plank rotation, and then a 30-second handstand hold or a 30-second plank. Okay, so cone touch. Let me grab my cone. Gone over these before. I want you guys thinking about keeping a nice straight back here. Okay, so pull those shoulders back, get your chest up, and then I just want you to hinge through the hips, not the back, anywhere higher, in the hips. One leg is gonna move with your torso as you bend over, slide your hands down to touch the cone. Now I want you thinking about keeping your hands hanging close to your thighs, okay? We don't want to be going way out in front of us. So you're gonna set your weight back to your heels as you do this, okay? Your legs gonna move with your upper body and just focus. Balance can be tough on these ones, you guys, so take your time. Touch, 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 okay? Goal here, let's get a nice warm hamstring, glute, lower back, and build up that balance and coordination a little bit, okay? So you know 12 on one side, 12 on the other. Then we got 5 side plank rotation. These ones here, you are gonna plank off the elbow preferably, okay? Keep those hips forward and up slightly, stack the feet if possible. Start with your hand up like this. Then you're gonna come through, you're gonna reach as far as you can inside. You're reaching the wall behind you and you're gonna pull back up. Pull it pushing against the floor with this shoulder. Try not to let that shoulder collapse. We're just wanting to touch your ear, okay? Keep that shoulder away from your head. Reach, bring it up. Reach, bring it up. Okay, so you're gonna go through 5 of those on one side and then 5 on the other. Then you can hang out in a plank here. Again, pushing into the floor, not allowing your back to collapse. Pushing against the floor the entire time. Try to accumulate 30 seconds. You can also go into a bear walk style handstand or a pike handstand, okay? From here, hands kind of close to the feet. Then you're just gonna put your hands on the floor, flatten them out, and get up on the tippy toes. And try to imagine your hips over top of your hands, okay? That's one way to do it. Or we can go off a box. We're gonna plank up off the box, hips up nice and high. Just hang out here for 30 seconds. All the while, you guys, pushing against the floor. Never let your shoulders just collapse in, okay? Push against the floor, all right? If we have the means, and we can, you guys, we can also do a handstand off the wall, okay? So hopefully I don't wreck this unstable whiteboard, but I'm gonna set up here, kick up, you can hang out right there, right? You can also face this way and walk yourself up the wall like that. Okay, we can hang out here in a handstand too. We call that a wall facing handstand, okay? Be careful, you guys. Block out those elbows. Do what you're capable of without hurting yourself, okay? If you're unsure, put a pillow, some cushions, a mat, something underneath your head so that if you were to collapse, you're not gonna hurt yourself as bad, okay? So that's our warm-up. You're gonna go through that for 3 sets. Then, we have a 2-piece body weight workout here, guys. So we got 30, 24, 18, object, ground to overhead, 15, 12, 9, hand release push-up, okay? Rest 3 minutes, 24, 18, 2, ground to overhead, 12, 9, 6, hand release push-up. Object ground to overhead, you guys, means anything that you have around the house that you can safely take from the ground and punch it up overhead, all the way with your arms locked out, or at arm locked out. Up to you, okay? Depends on what you have at home. If you have a barbell, dumbbell, a water bottle, something, okay? Well, how this works is you're gonna do 30 ground to overhead, and then 15 hand release push-up. 24 ground to overhead, 12 hand release push-up, 18 ground to overhead, 9 hand release push-up. Once you're done those 9 hand release push-up, you look at the clock, give yourself exactly 3 minutes, and then we go through this rep sequence of the same thing, okay? A ground to overhead, you guys, can be anything we want to get from the ground to overhead. And it's almost any way we want to do it, okay? So let's take this dumbbell, for example. I can punch it up over my head using a dumbbell power snatch. So we're here, straight up. Maybe I switch, go to the other arm. Maybe I have 2 dumbbells, okay? And I want to put both dumbbells overhead. So maybe I do them like a double power snatch. Maybe I get them to my shoulders first. Right? So many different ways we can do this, you guys, okay? Do what's appropriate for you and manageable to do safely, but also giving you that stimulus. We can use a plate. This would be a plate ground overhead. So I'm gonna hold the plate like this, go down, touch the ground. Now what we're thinking about is the explosive hip and knee extension. Right here we are jumping. It's explosive. We're moving our way up to this point here, and then we're getting aggressive with our hips and knees. And that is what's initiating and setting the momentum for that object to go up overhead, okay? So find something around the house, pick it up from the ground, get it up overhead. Another example, medicine ball. We can go here, punch. Or maybe we get it here and punch. Anything we can find. Maybe a box. Maybe I pop this box over my head. Dangerous, but I think you get the point. Then we have our hand release push-up. Okay, so we're gonna do our push-up here. We're gonna lower our chest to the ground. I'm gonna lift my hands up off the ground for a second and back into it. All we're doing here, you guys, is disengaging that muscle contraction to make it harder coming up out of the bottom. That is it, okay? If you have to, go to your knees for these, but keep those hips down and make sure your chest touches the ground. Because it has to if you're lifting your hands up, right? The other way to do this, which I recommend over that, is off a box. We have a box or a bench, anything, a couch, down, up, okay? And make sure you work to an appropriate level for yourself to be able to do them properly, but they get tough, because if they don't get tough, you're not going to make any gains. You're not getting any stronger. You're not going to get any better at them. So you got to work at a level you can manage, but just barely. So what I would recommend is, if you can, start off with a lower box like this, and you do what you can. Okay, we're killing it, and then it's, yeah. Wow. We know we got to stop. We need to shake it out. We got to make sure we can get back into it and do it properly. So I'm going to stop there before I hurt myself, give myself some rest. Maybe I can get in. I can do one more nice one. And then, but I am only on my 12s. I have this much left plus this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the height of my box. I'm going to go higher so I can get through it. Yeah, it's a little bit easier now, and maybe too easy right now, but just means you can get through some more reps faster. We're going to tire out, and that will feel just as hard as the lower box did. But you need to start at the lower box, tire yourself out before we move on to this one, okay? If you make it too easy, you're not going to get the gains we're looking for, okay? So that's our handstand push-ups, and that's our ground to overhead. That's hand release push-ups and ground to overhead. We have a weighted workout here, you guys. It is same style, but with slightly different reps. We got 15, 12, 9. And in this case, you're gonna do 15, 12, 9 of both movements rather than having different reps for each. It's gonna be 15 double DV deadlift, and then 15 hand release push-up, and then 12 of each, and then 9 of each. All right? We're gonna rest 3 minutes, and then we're gonna get into 12, 9, 6 of double dumbbell deadlift again, and strict handstand push-ups, okay? So let's go over the deadlift. Now we keep our back straight, shoulders pinned back. We have our 2 dumbbells. We are gonna pin those shoulders back. We're gonna reach our weight back to our heels as we bend over, keeping that back really straight. Once you get down, the dumbbells or our hands are at about our knees. We're gonna bend the knees until the dumbbells touch the ground. Then we're gonna stand. As the dumbbells pass by the knees, I'm gonna squeeze my butt cheeks and pull them into my hands, okay? I don't wanna stand way back. I just need to get my shoulders just behind where my grip is, okay? Again, bending over, reaching the butt back, shoulders back, straight back, hands are at about the knees, bend them, touch, back up. Okay, moving through these, keeping that core nice and tight. Work with a weight you can manage to do. Gets tough, but you're not losing form, okay? This shouldn't be crazy heavy. It should be something you can move through, all right? Then, 12, 9, 6, same thing, but we got strict handstand push-ups. Guys, I'm not gonna try to show you strict handstand push-ups right now. Because I really struggle with them, I'm not gonna lie. They kind of hurt a little bit. I'll show you a little bit, actually. I'm gonna show you the big modification for an actual strict handstand push-up, and that would be stacking some mats or something kind of soft underneath your head, okay? Then we can pike up against the wall, and we're gonna try to lower our head down to touch these mats, and then push up out of them, okay? So, I'm gonna flip myself up, then try to lower down to the mat, and push up out of it. Now, it's obviously too easy. So, what I would do, if I was in the mood for it, and this is actually me doing this workout and I was warm, I would take away a mat or two there and probably do it with a single mat. Or I'd try what I can without any mats at all, and then when they disappear, it's taking way too long, and it's outside of the actual stimulus we're aiming for, I will add some mats back in there, or add some mats to it to help myself get through the workout without hurting myself or overdoing it, okay? Now, there's that way. The other way you can do it is piking up off the box like I showed you earlier. Again, you can place a mat there. Okay, so we're gonna pike up on this box. Try to get myself as vertical as possible. Hips up over top of my shoulders and hands, hopefully, okay? From here, I'm gonna lower down. I wanna make somewhat of a tripod with my hands and my head. I'm gonna lower down, touch, and press up out of it, and finish off in that pike again, okay? So that's one way. The other way would be to do the same thing, but your knees are on the box. It's gonna be a little bit easier. And then the last way would be to do it in a pike off the ground. Tippy toes, right? Weight on the hands. Try and get your hips over top of your hands the best you can, lowering down and pressing up out of it. It is way harder than it looks, unless I made that look really hard. It felt hard. Anyway, that is the workout, you guys. It's a tough one. I urge you to do what you can, do the best that works best for you. What movements work best for you realistically? What's too easy? What's too hard? If you're not sure, just try it. And if it's too easy, then you know for next time. If it's too hard, you can scale it back in the middle of the workout. There's always a way around it, okay? Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.